There's an old saying that less is more, but that's not a very popular saying in today's culture. Ever since World War II, we have in this country what's known as a possession obsession. People have gathered more and more stuff and cluttered their lives with more and more things. It's really happened at the end of World War II, and you can understand because of the sacrifices our grandparents made and our forefathers made because of the war. Once it was over and the sacrifices had ended, people began to accumulate more and more wealth. Think about old houses you've seen that were built in the 40s or 50s, 60s or 70s, and how small the closets are. Today we have these gigantic walk-in closets, sometimes more than one closet. Back then we had a single-car garage. Today we have 3-car or multi-car garages. We need more and more room because we have more and more stuff. It's a problem with our society today. The Hoover era, they said we want a chicken in every pot. Today, the ideal is a TV in every room. The problem with having all of this stuff is it clutters our lives. It clutters our lives so that we don't have room for the things that are important. We really need to stop and think about what we have and how much it affects what we do. Not just the stuff, but also our busyness. We clutter our lives with things, but we also are so busy that we clutter our schedule with all kinds of activities. Perhaps during this pandemic, we've had time to think about slowing down and maybe simplifying our lives. It's very, very important that we can unclutter our lives, because unless we do that, we're not making room for Jesus Christ. We need to get rid of the stuff. We also need to get rid of some of the busyness, because he calls us to the heavenly banquet. But he also calls us to this banquet here on earth at our altar. And he invites us to let him into our hearts. Mother Teresa said, and I had the opportunity to talk to her twice, Saint Mother Teresa of Calcutta says, we cannot be full of Jesus Christ if we're already full of ourselves. We tend to clutter ourselves so much that we can't make room. Perhaps during this pandemic, we've had time to think about how we can unclutter, how that we can open up to make room for him. We are beginning to open up in our society, gradually for sure, but we are starting to open up. We've been having Mass here since May, and the attendance is still pretty small. We really need to think about, are we making him a priority, or are the other things getting in the way? We need to unclutter because he invites us to the heavenly banquet. He has prepared a banquet for us. We have that banquet every day here at Mass. He's prepared a banquet for us. Have we prepared our hearts to attend that banquet?